Hi, and welcome back to the Blueberry Homestead. Today I'm inviting you to join me in the kitchen as I make some from scratch chocolate syrup. We have a special birthday in our family this week, and for dessert it was requested to have a ice cream cake. Now I could have just gone to the store and picked up a pre-made cake, but as always I like to try to make as many items as I can from scratch. So today I'm going to be whipping up some chocolate syrup to put on top, and we'll probably have some extra that we will use to make chocolate milk throughout the week as well. Now you may be wondering why a $2 bottle of chocolate syrup is something that I would choose not to buy and I would spend the time making it at home. And the reason is because about 10 years ago we started our journey in our house and in my family to healthier living, cutting out additionally processed items in our diet to really help one of my sons who was struggling with additives in food. And this is where I discovered my joy of making things from scratch. So yes, it is much easier and simpler to just pay $2 and grab a bottle of a name brand syrup at the store. But I can spend 10 minutes and 5 ingredients that I already have on hand most of the time and whip up a much healthier version of chocolate syrup that actually tastes better as well for my family.
So I already have some pre-measured ingredients out. So we're going to start with a half cup of water. We're going to pour that in our saucepan and we're going to turn it on. It's going to heat up quite quickly. I'm going to put the temperature at about medium high. Now as that's heating up, if I didn't already have these portioned out, I would then get 1 cup of organic granulated cane sugar, a half cup of cocoa powder. We're going to do a couple shakes of salt and a splash of vanilla. So this is already pretty warm. So I'm going to add in my 1 cup of sugar. Also going to add in my half cup of cocoa. And we're going to mix it.
Using a whisk, I'm going to just incorporate the sugar and the cocoa into the water. The water is already starting to boil, so it is definitely hot enough to start melting and dissolving the sugar and the cocoa powder. If you've ever used cocoa powder before, you'll know that it does not dissolve well in cool water. So hot water is the key. And you can see here that it is getting nice and dark and chocolatey. And you just want to keep whisking until all the clumps are out. You don't want to stop whisking because then the heat could scald it and start to burn it. So you want to make sure that you're continuously whisking. Clumps still. And once all the clumps are out and everything is dissolved, you're going to turn off your stove. And if you have an electric stove, you're going to want to remove the pan from the heat. But since I have a gas stove, I can just leave it on here. It's not going to keep heat on it. It's actually already cooling off.
Next, I'm going to add just a splash, maybe half a teaspoon of vanilla. And I'm going to do a half teaspoon of salt. And then you're going to whisk it to incorporate it. Remember that it's already hot from heating it to dissolve the sugar and the cocoa. So it will dissolve the salt very easily. And that's it. You're done. So now I'm going to pour it into a pint mason jar. I'm going to use a funnel. And it's already starting to thicken as it cools off. And because I want to get every little ounce, I'm going to use a spatula. Okay. I'm going to put a cap on it. I'm going to put it in the fridge and it will stay good for well over a week, although it probably won't make it that long.